What's up, you fish freaks? Welcome to episode number 148 of the KFO show, Kayak Fishing Obsessed. My name's Daren with Wendell Fishing. I got my co-host Wyatt the Hammer Hammond riding shotgun tonight. Special shout out to Triple Scorpio, the latest Wendell Fishing YouTube member. Appreciate you. And Wyatt, I just hit 90,000 subs on YouTube. So everyone out there listening who's a subscriber, appreciate you. Thank you for helping me get there. We're 10,000 away from that silver play button. I'm pumped. Tonight, we got Rob English from English Fishing joining us. Rob's been around kayak fishing long enough to watch this sport go from a relatively simple paddle kayaks to the absolute machines that we are fishing out of today. So tonight we'll be asking the question I think a lot of kayak anglers are starting to ask: have fishing kayaks gone too far? We're talking bigger boats, more weight, motors, electronics, higher prices, and whether all of it's actually making kayak fishing better. Plus, we'll be breaking down the dog days of August. But before we bring Rob in, a quick word from KFAST, the sponsor of the show, Kayak Fishing Advanced Safety Training. Now, kayak fishing is incredibly fun, but the water doesn't care how experienced you are, how expensive your kayak is, or how good of a swimmer you think you are, right? Conditions change, equipment fails, people make mistakes. That's why Chad Hoover and I created KFAST to help kayak anglers better understand PFDs and weather and cold water and reentry, emergency preparedness and situational awareness, and really knowing when conditions are beyond your ability. So the certification is just $25 because we want safety education to be accessible by every kayak angler. So go get certified today at kfast.co. Now, my favorite segment of the show, which we haven't done in a while. Does Wyatt still have a job? I can't pay someone to do that, so I got to sing it myself. So I apologize.
You gotta get one of the buttons that says that.
I know. I got my buttons out today. I got the money button, I got the goat button, and I got the height button. Come on, Wyatt. Do you still have a job?
I still have a job right now.
I'm starting to think
it might be a different question. Might be a different answer in month and a half. Maybe.
Hold up. Is this like you're doing, or like you like you getting pulled in some more meetings on the regular?
The universe is doing here.
Oh, the universe. Oh my gosh, folks. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. You had a good week, brother?
Oh yeah. That's a awesome week. Been practicing for the Bass Championship. Had a couple of days off, went and pre-practice for that. I was out fishing today. So
that's how winners win, folks. They pre-practice. No practice, triple practice.
Every single day I have off that's not within the off limits for the championship, I will be on Lake Murray.
You are an animal, and I look forward to just more red checks behind you. So if those of you listening in, Wyatt has a wall of checks and trophies. I got 6 or 7 broken rods behind me. That's what I got to show for you. All right. Well, Rob's over here waiting patiently, so I'm going to go ahead and bring him in. Mr. English, how you doing, brother?
Good. How you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Welcome to the show.
So how's everything going?
It's going well. I have to say, I'm looking at your backdrop here, and I have seen it all over social media. It has gone viral in a lot of different posts. So for those of you who are listening in, this is like the most organized wall setup. He's even gone so far, like his rods have backlights to them. You might have even seen it online. It looks like he has 75 Daiwa boxes on the top up there. He's got a Daiwa shirt on. Bro, what was the inspiration behind this room? Everyone's a little jealous, including myself, because I just have a giant mess.
Well, I've always had this as like my tackle room to work in, especially in the wintertime when it gets colder out. I only have a small shed for all my stuff. Most of my kayaks sit outside, actually, so this is a place to like actually work in with warmth. I built a sink and cleaning table on this side where I'm sitting at. I just wanted somewhere to be my space. And we had the dogs. When I saw you at ICAST, I came home that Saturday, had to put my one dog down because he was 15, old.
Sorry, man.
So this is part of that coping, I guess, was redoing this room, turning it into my tackle room and doing filming, video, things like that. Just have a nice, clean setup, and it's just nice to have. It's nice to have a place for yourself.
Yeah, no, it looks good. My place for myself is pushing the cars out of the garage, and then I have a workbench there every once in a while. And I got my office down here. I got the podcast room, which you guys never see like what's over here, but it's a giant mess. It's full.
I was about to say this is my corner.
Yeah. There you go.
You've got to always got to have one good wall.
Yeah, right. Now those posts are going crazy, like hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah, one of the things I've noticed a lot, especially with our stuff that we do, the kayak thing, whenever I post something that's a little bit different or reaches more than just the kayak people,
Yeah,
it
massive
really goes. Like any videos where you can try to get extra things that will reach past our viewers really seem to do really well. It was a few years back, I had found a blue call crab coming back from a trip.
Oh, okay.
The kayak at the launch, put it on top of my kayak, put the GoPro up, and let it sit there while I was loading up. Here it started molting.
Oh, come
So
on.
I caught that whole thing on film, posted it. It's a company called Lad Bible.
Oh yeah. Oh, they actually paid you for it.
Yeah, they picked it up. I think I
Wow.
made $4 or $5 grand just from that one little video.
It's crazy.
It was millions and millions of views. It was insane.
Yeah, that's the thing about as a content creator. Like I could catch my personal best, and a total of 100 people would like it.
Yep.
If I break my rod or fall out of my kayak, millions of people will love it. So it's like, my
Exactly.
gosh, you always have to be like rolling and
Yep.
be willing to go through that, edit that stuff. So, I don't know, congrats on that. I would imagine your Instagram followers kind of shot up a little bit with
Yeah.
hundreds of thousands of views.
Yeah, it definitely helps. It's nice to get like 1,700 views, 1,700 new followers within a couple of weeks is nice. When it's
No.
stagnant for so long.
I hear you. I hear you there. Now, for people who listening who don't know Rob English, who are you? How'd you get into kayak fishing, brother?
So I started this journey about 13 years ago when I bought an old Hobie PA 14, which was a monster beast to try to lug around by yourself. I wanted to get something card top. Luckily, one of my friends was on the Hobie team. He left, went to Wilderness, wasn't that comfortable on the Wildernesses, so went back to Hobie. I took his spot, and from there, it's just been a whirlwind of different things going on through the years, between starting out as pro staff or ambassador, and then our pro staff, then content creator for Wilderness, up to managing the pro team now. Last year, I took over as social media manager and try to give some bring that less corporate feel and actually that real feel of real anglers fishing, and not using setup photos, but actually using the team, the guys that we have on our team that do great content and great photos, and sharing that and getting that more roots feeling to it.
Yeah. Well, you show up on my feed all the time. You do a good job on their content as well. So good work there. I've always been interested in like pro staffs. I've always tried to personally avoid them. I don't see a lot of them, to be honest with you, that are ran really well. Either the company's not happy with the pro staff, or the pro staff pissed off at the company because they're not doing anything.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you probably see this as well. I'm sure yours is different though.
I've been from day one, I've been pretty lucky between Wilderness is an amazing company as far as pro staff taking care of their guys, the deals they give, and working with Daiwa, getting on their Captain and Guides program, working with Yak Attack, Yak Power, guys like that. They're actually developed pro staff teams that are going to support their product and push their product out. And it's not like, oh, here's 10% or here's 5% off in a code. They actually take care of the guys, which is hard to find in this industry anymore because it's the way the things have going and marketing budgets and things like that. But there's still some out there. And for people that are trying to get into that, it's just do content, make content, and show what your value is to them, and then reach out to them. It made a big deal for me. Like making my English angling, dedicated Facebook page, dedicated Instagram page, not your family and all that photos. I share some of that stuff with my kids fishing and things like that every now and then, but it's showing them that you're serious and this is what you're trying to promote. Really helped out in my journey with it for sure.
Yeah, 100%. Now there's a lot of anybody who goes fishing, like, hey, it'd be nice to get some sponsors, nice to kind of underwrite some of the expenses. Fishing's not getting cheap. Lures are getting expensive. Soft plastics are going through the roof. Kayaks are going, they're getting really insane. I got one kayak that's just like by the day and just keeps getting more and more expensive. And I almost want it to be my tricked out kayaks, kind of fun getting there. I just put a 16-inch Garmin graph on my XTR. 16-inch. It's freaking awesome, guys. And so looking forward to like goofing around with that. And I got a Garmin Force getting ready to throw on there as well. And so they're going to integrate. It's going to be a good time. But a lot of guys are out there. I remember when I first started off, when I had like 5,000 subscribers, like, you know what? This is expensive. It'd be nice to get on a pro staff team. Outside of wilderness systems, would you actually even recommend it? Because here's the thing. I know a lot of pro staff teams, like I know a lot of frustrated pro staff members. Like I'm on the team, and then the company goes around and sends other people on trips to do the promotions, and it's like, what in the world? I've been over here hustling. I might not have the reach that the girl that you chose. However, I'm the one that's been working my tail off,
doing all the work,
the brand, So, that could be frustrating. Getting
Definitely.
a code can be frustrating. Not hearing from companies before. Would you even recommend it nowadays?
If that's what you're going to do, but there's a difference too, because there's a lot of people that try to go that route. But like in my case, I fish from January to January. It's nonstop. Like it's not just something you do once a month, once every few months. It's every few days a week out fishing, always making content, always being out there. Those like that stuff they see, but they go to like your Instagram page, they want to see just constant images being put up, videos being put up, but also stuff that looks good, looks decent. Like luckily with me, I got a background in video production and photography, so it was a very easy transition with it.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Wyatt, your thoughts? You're on a pro staff, obviously, Mr. Old Town over here. Old Town hat, Old Town shirt. Everyone, if you're listening in.
At the end of the day, it's three letters. It's ROI. That's what it is. A lot of these companies are businesses, and they have to run the business. And if somebody comes in, I have 100 followers. I post once every 6 months. I want to go. I want a free kayak. Like it just can't happen. Like you've got to be a salesman for yourself, a salesman for the brand. And God bless. A lot of people probably like overestimate themselves as far as I have 1,000 subscribers, I have 2,000 or whatever it is. It's a lot of like you've got to put the brand out there, you got to put the company out there. Like it's a lot of work. It's a ton of work.
Yeah. And all like with because like I said, besides wilderness, my full-time job is Spencer Gifts and Spirit Halloween. So
all right.
So I'm working in that marketing environment. I'm doing video production for all those animatronic videos that on the website. I shoot those. We have huge crews that go out and these haunted attractions, and you set up everything, do our backgrounds, doing 12, 14-hour shoots.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
That's
3 or 4 days in a time. Yeah, it's a lot trying to do that, and you're fishing and everything else. But on the marketing side, I can see that, understand all that, and that helps me when I'm working with other companies, is what they're trying to get as far as pushing their products out and how to shoot those, how to edit them, things like that, to get with Instagram. You guys know Instagram, like that 3-second hook. You got to have retention rates and all this stuff to get your videos and photos pushed.
No, I hear you. The number one question that came to my mind is completely unrelated. It's more of, what are you going to be dressing up for Halloween if you have access to every single costume known to man?
Well, if you ask my wife, she'll probably say nothing, because she's the Halloween person, and going on 21 years of working there, it's like by the time Halloween comes, I'm ready to get over Halloween.
And you guys are like working ahead. You guys are all
we're always we're a couple years ahead at a time for each year. So it's just nonstop with our production teams. Like everything's done in house with our Spencer's company. Like we have designers. It's a huge company now.
Yeah.
When I started, it was like 300 people. Now there's a couple thousand. It's crazy.
Wow. Well, congratulations. Seem to be doing well for yourself. And I don't know how you, with 12, 13-hour shoots, how you have time to get out in the water. But when you do get out in the water, what kind of water do you spend most of your time fishing in? Where are you at? Let people know.
I'm located about 10 minutes outside of Atlantic City.
Okay.
So
you do mostly saltwater stuff.
It's all saltwater, yeah. I'll do, well, in the wintertime, we go brackish water for white perch in our winter season. But pretty much from March 1st is striper season for us to December. So we get stripers, flounder, sheep's head's my favorite fish to catch. That's the one I go after the most.
Oh, really?
Big sheep's head. Because they're a little more challenging. You're up in the bridges and fishing in rock jetties and currents and a bunch of crazy stuff you probably shouldn't be doing, but it's what makes it more fun. Like freshwater fishing, it's just you kind of just go around looking for fish, catch a bass.
Yeah,
get a nice one, but
your life for. Yeah, that sounds sounds good. Now, so you're fishing wintertime, right? So when it comes to safety, because I get this question a ton. And obviously, the photo that I put on this thumbnail is you, and I think it's a coquetat. Is that what you're wearing?
Yeah,
coquetat. So walk us through, like, if you're going out and the water's near freezing, like, how are you prepping for that in case you go in? And have you gone in the cold?
Actually, I've never gone in at all.
Yeah.
No, wait. I'm sorry. I went in once, and that was I'd won a tournament in Maryland, and first place for heaviest fish. I had like a 14-pound sheep's head, which is a monster.
Oh, okay.
So they sent me to Panama, to Los Buzos to fish with Robert for a week.
I'm familiar.
So went out there with Robert. I caught something, and he picked it up. I was in a Hobie Outback, and apparently their seats don't sit all the way flush, I guess. So I went and turned a little bit, and the seat started moving up. I'm like, oh shit. I rolled right into the water on purpose. I'm like, I ain't going to mess around. I'm not going to screw around. I'm going to go right over it. All my gear on there, brand new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And then, of course, Robert's like, oh, shit, maybe I should have waited to bleed that fish out because the hammerhead swimming around you right now.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, that's the quickest re-entry known to man, folks.
And, of course, I just sat there floating around till we got up in there. But as far as, like, the winter stuff, I mean, I'm fishing November, December. It's usually around 48 degrees, 30 degrees at nighttime for stripers on the bridges.
Oh, you're not only fishing in cold water, you're fishing in the middle of the night. My gosh. All right.
By myself.
By yourself. Yeah. I mean, you're like, the risk profile on that is through the roof right now.
But when I'm out, it's a couple layers of socks. I got my coquetat full semi-dry suit. Just because the neck's so much more comfortable, usually gonna be over water. But I mean, when some of the weather's nice, when I'm fishing in, I tell people the dry suits at PFD are there for when the rescue guys come to find you. It makes their jobs easier. My mom's she does works for the rescue dive team in the town down the street from us.
Oh, really? Okay.
So they do recoveries and things like that. So that's why that's kind of my little joke. Like the dry suits if you find your body, because water's 28 degrees when we're fishing.
Good night.
32 degrees.
Yeah, that's cold, man.
Yeah.
I love it. So how do you fish? Like, what are you fishing? What are you using to fish for? The sheep's head's the black and white ones, right? Those are the ones.
Yeah, the big striped fish.
Yeah, I know what stripers are.
They got a whole row of teeth on the front, and then they have. If you open their mouth, the roof of their mouth is covered in molars.
Yeah, I've seen them. They're freaking weird.
Yeah, so what we use is
how do you hook that thing?
You use a 1/4 ounce bottom sweeper jig, and live sand fleas.
Oh, okay. I pulled.
So the sand flea.
Yep, I've seen them.
Between the sand flea and the jig, kind of like takes some of the buoyancy out of it, and just get up into some pilings, bridges, drop down about 5-10 feet. And work around those areas and just whack them. Then you got to pull them out of the structure, which is the fun part.
Okay.
While you're also in current that's doing 2 miles an hour or something like that, depending upon the weather.
All right. I'm curious how you keep your kayak in place. We'll get to that in just a second. Like, you one of the guys that like scrapes the pylons to like kind of chum the water type of deal? Is that
every now and then? A lot of guys do it. I just know the spots are usually hanging out with because years of fishing the same areas, you kind of get it figured out.
Yeah.
Where I can just drop down and pick 1 or 2 up.
Yeah, there you go. I like it. What are you laughing at, Wyatt?
Well, sheep's head. It's been a couple of years, but that's some fun fishing. There's some real, like the biggest one I've caught was like 8 or 9 pounds, but it's like if a bluegill got to 10 pounds, like they'd rip your arm.
Yep, exactly. They're just like where we're at. The current's heavy.
Yeah.
Got fast water, and this fish are just the way they're designed. They just pull. It feels like sometimes I'm like, what is on my line? Like, is it a shark? Like, I can't tell. Sometimes it'll just start ripping.
Yeah.
So when you're fishing for those, what do you accidentally catch sometimes? Like what are all the species that you could catch or do?
On that same exact setup with a sand flea, it's striped bass, flounder, sharks,
What kind of
tog.
sharks you got?
In our bays, we got brown sharks and sand tigers. It's mostly brown sharks, which get to about 5 feet, 6 feet.
Good night.
And of course, with us, like until about August, we kind of stopped doing it, but we'll run a dive hook with our flounder on it and just throw it over the side of the kayak, keep them in the water. Once around August hits, you start getting a little weary because, I've had 2 or 3 times you get a big brown shark comes up and just rips it right off your kayak, spins you around sideways.
Videos, they do well.
Yeah. Like I said, it's more things to keep on your toes.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, my goodness. That's wild. That's a lot of fun. I've never caught a sheep's head before, so maybe I need to get over your way.
Yeah, come up this way. You're over in
Northeast Ohio.
Yeah,
yep.
That's not that far.
It's really not. I could probably be there in 8 hours and have a good time there. Wyatt, you can come up. We can just go catch a bunch of sheep's head in freezing water, and it'll be good.
I have been talking to so many people the past week or two that every friend that I have that fishes saltwater has been coming by the store, and I'm like, because it's always championship season, so I never get to fish the fall saltwater Kings and all that, and I'm like, I really want to go out there after talking to everybody every single day.
Yeah, bet.
Because they're telling me the bull runs or the bull reds are running right up in the new and everything, like 40, 50 inches. And
yeah, we had some nice ones last year. I had some huge bull reds up at down in Virginia.
Yep.
Oh, what I love about salt is being that I live in Ohio and don't fish it very often. Like when I went to British Columbia, I think that's where I went. I have no clue where I went. Anyways, you just drop a line down. You're like, I have no clue what I'm going to bring up. And I brought up probably 12 different species.
Yep.
All PBs, because the first time I ever caught them in my entire life. Like, I'm all on PB day. And it was just wild. I was like, these fish they look so weird. I was picking up lingcod. I was bringing up Amazons. I was bringing up all different type of variety of rockfish. It was insanity. And so that's one of the things I love about salt. I know if I throw something down here in Ohio, picking up a bass or a catfish.
Yep, exactly.
That maybe a pike from fishing the rivers or smallmouth, but it's not the variety you get with saltwater, and I love it. So when you're out there, now, at the beginning of this show, I actually took a note. I wanted to forget it. You're like, hey, all of my kayaks sit outside. And I love that it ended with an S. I'm not the only one who owns more than one. People all the time are like, how many kayaks do you own? How many do you own? I have 8 right now, and that's like I can't do 9, so I end up like selling them out, and I keep my favorites and I run with them. And some of them are simply reviews and sales. Some are for the river, some are for adventure fishing. They're really light, and I drag them through the woods. Other are tricked out with 16-inch graphs and everything in between. Because I get a lot of questions. People always ask me, hey, what kind of, I'm this height, blah, blah, blah. And they list off 3 random pieces of information expecting me to give them a recommendation on a kayak. And sometimes I can. A lot of times I can't because there's too many variables, but that's why I have so many. I like to be in them so I can help serve the community some. However, walk us through the kayaks that you have been in over the years and talk about them a little bit, right? Were your favorites? Which one have you sold or got rid of that you wish you didn't? Which one are you in now? And then, of course, kind of wrap it up with the wilderness systems and some of the latest and greatest that you were showing off at ICAST.
So let's see. Currently, I got rid of 2 this summer, so I think I'm down to 8 now, maybe 9. I'm not really even sure.
That's what I'm talking about.
On top of it, and I got 2 hulls back there from my Tactical Pro demo that we worked with.
The one that you were showing. Yeah. You probably don't have a lot of space in your backyard. You live in Atlantic City, right? So
it's outside. I'm outside Atlantic City, so yeah, we're in a small property, but we're in the woods, which is nice. So you can shoot your guns and deer come in the backyard and take the kids on the dirt bikes.
Got it. 8 kayaks. All right, walk me through it. I love this.
But
fellow collector.
Like when I first started, it was with the Wilderness Radar 135 because I wanted something that was like an Outback. I mean, a Pro Angler would have been at the time because they had the old Outbacks, which you kind of sat, they kind of like wrapped around you. I wanted a little flat deck, so I got the Radar 135, put the pedal drive in it. Then we came out with the Recon 120, and that's pretty my go-to for the last 6 or 7 years now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's my main workhorse. That's when I'm fishing the bridges, jetties, things like that, because it's the pedal drive, the bike pedal drive.
Yep.
So when you're fishing in these tight spots, you just pedal forward and pedal backwards. So you're with the older Hobies, remember you had little pull cord, you had to pull for for the drives. The new 360 drives like they have now, you can get away from that, but just the ease of one less thing to worry about. Just pedal forward, pedal backwards. When you're up in the pilings, like the eddies are always spinning you all over the place. And most of the times that we're fishing sheepshead, so you want to be nose up. Like I have a one objective motor mount, bow mount for the front of my Recon.
Yeah.
Just for the fact that I can back it into the bridges and stuff without actually hitting the hull of the kayak.
Got
like
it. Yeah,
like
little barnacles and all that stuff, right? Just
yeah.
Eating away at it.
And you gotta watch out because you're getting spun around, you're getting your up and down the boat wakes and stuff, and you can tear rods apart up in like catwalks and things. There's a lot going on while you're trying to catch a fish. You got 30-foot boats blasting by you with 3 outboards on the back, cigarette boats flying by.
Meanwhile, then you catch one and they're pulling you into all this stuff. Yeah,
exactly.
There's a lot. I mean, I feel that way on the river, right? You're like, okay, I get one more cast in before I get, pulled into this tree. And you're like, wait a second. If I actually catch this fish, I'm going to need more than the 3 seconds that I just gave myself. So you reel it in and, there's
manage
a lot going on. Yeah. Let alone other people who may or may not be paying attention, and eddies and barnacles. And man, kayak fishing is fun, but definitely know your limits. And you were obviously an experienced angler. Probably what you're doing is not for a beginner. Have you ever taken someone out? I've taken someone out once. You're like, hey, you took me out on an advanced day as a beginner. I was like, all right, fair enough. Like I actually had to I had to use my safety knife. The only time I ever had to use it and cut his anchor rope because it was caught on something, and the waves were and the wind was going so bad. So I pulled it out and cut him, and he got free.
Yeah. And, 2 years ago, I was doing guides throughout the weekends and stuff. And once I took over as social media manager, that took over that spot because guiding it's fun, but you're working with other people. And where we're at Atlantic City, you're fishing the inlet. It's not most days aren't for everybody, especially somebody that's not used to it or fishes freshwater, gets out there, and it can. What seems normal to me, to somebody else would be like, what are you doing out here? Why are we even out here? Like, it's fine.
Yeah, the sheep's head are right up there. Look.
Yeah, they're right there.
Just gotta go get them.
Yeah.
Saltwater. I stopped talking about saltwater. I'm going to become a saltwater fisherman.
Oh, man. Come on, Wyatt. Come on.
Well, for us, for saltwater, we've been getting a lot more tuna, bluefin tuna, close to the shore in August. So I'm going to try to go next weekend. The weather's good, and go up north about an hour and see if we can look around some little tuna.
They went and yelled at everybody in North Carolina because the guys were paddling off the Outer Banks and catching them, and then the Fish and Wildlife went and stopped them.
Did they?
Yeah.
Why'd they stop them?
It was something with the regulations about the fin fish or migratory fish were like I don't know what it was, but there were guys like catching 200 and 300 pound bluefin from their kayaks.
I seen the one kid. I think he's in a pro angler that goes out there and does that. Yeah.
I can only imagine just hooking up to a fish that large on a kayak and just going for a ride for an hour or two.
As long as like for us, you need an HMS permit for tuna. So I would assume as long as you got your tuna permit, you can go fish for it. Like there shouldn't be any difference in the regulations as long as you pay for your permits.
I don't know. It's wild.
Yeah. But that's my goal. That's my goal. I want to get a tuna. That's one thing I haven't done yet.
That sounds like a good time. So what are you running? Are you running the
Recon 120 is like that. That's like my workhorse.
Oh, you're still running it to this day?
Yeah.
Got it.
And then we had the Tactical Pro 128, which is our big kayak. That's straight motors. So I got the Torpedo ultralight on the back of that.
Okay.
I still have my XI3 for the bow mount.
Yeah.
Then we have, I mean, everything's NEMA networked into the Lowrance, the Puck GPS, trolling motor, everything. So I can go on my Lowrance and just go do, make a route and hit go, and it'll follow that route for flounder, which is nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do with the Garmin Force and the new Garmin that I have. So basically, make it one boat,
yeah,
stuff, yeah. And obviously, any company who's selling that stuff, they want to own the boat, anyways, right?
Exactly.
Garmin wants to own the boat. Lowrance wants to own the boat. Everyone wants to own it.
They come stock with the Old Town. the autopilot.
Interesting enough, today I was actually testing out the new retrofit EPDL for the first
time I saw that
ever, and so was on that today, and it was interesting. I'm not going to give away kind of my thoughts on it. Got to edit that video, but first time on it. And so for those of you who don't know, obviously EPDL's been out for, the technology isn't new. What's new is that they're retrofitting it to a lot of the old, if not all of the old PDL drive systems. So you can basically just pull that out and put it in, no wiring, and you're good to go. So we will, I still got some thoughts left on it. Wyatt, what are your thoughts on it? Have you ever been in an EPDL?
Oh yeah, I've got one. I'll have it out tomorrow.
Oh, will you? All right.
Yeah, I'm taking one of my buddies. He wants to with the BFL changes that happened on the boat side. He wants to get in the kayak world, so I'm gonna give him the EPDL, and we'll flip back and forth and let him ride my kayak. I'll give him the EPDL and just kind of get him into the kayak world.
There you go.
See where he fits.
It's a nice buddy.
So you see what he likes. See, I was like, it's only gonna be like $3,000, $4,000, $6,000, $7,000 to start.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's like mine
cheaper than a boat.
Yeah, right. Should have bought a kayak. But I need to go find his social media and just write that for him. So I'm not familiar with I don't really follow all of that stuff. What's happening that makes him want to come to the promised land and upgrade to kayak fishing?
The BFLs are going to a team format now, I guess, because the co-anglers were getting shut out with forward facing. So now it's 2-man teams. And if you don't have a 2-man team, you can fish as an individual against the teams. But then if you do make it to the All-American, if you do make it all the way, then the boater goes to the FLW Cup and you have to go to the All-American or something like that.
So you're like
it's
child. Not being
they raised entry fees, went up to like $500 per team, and there's some other changes, but so
can you imagine being a co-angler when the main angler's on FFS? You just basically be like this.
That was the very last boat tournament I ever fished. Is we were fishing in 90 foot of water, and I was staring at the back of the guy's head for 8 hours.
Yeah, yep. And he doesn't give a rip about you.
We're in 80 foot of water, and like, what am I gonna do?
80 foot of water, just sit back there and get ready to grab the net every once in a while.
Yeah,
my goodness, that's wild. Rob, the big boat, what's it called again?
The Tactical Pro.
Yeah, the Tactical Pro. You guys made some recent updates to that. I was at ICAST. You walked me through them. What are some of them? Because I know some people had some thoughts, and what's the feedback that you received after you launched that boat? The preview, didn't you guys actually won at ICAST? You won something.
Yeah.
Didn't you? Yeah.
It was we first dropped it last year.
Yep.
And I said reception was great on it. Went out. They decided to make some changes in the flooring, give it a little more structure, get some more water shedding. My boat, never had any problems with it. Some guys seem like they're getting water coming over. I mean, I'm not sure if you're running a bow mount motor on that kayak without a stern mount and all your weight's up front, you're gonna get water all over the damn place, coming up over the bow, splashing in the stuff. Mm-hmm. So they're getting water coming in their hatches, which, I mean, I've been doing this for 13 years. If you're coming into this and expecting a kayak to be dry, it's never going to happen. No matter what kayaks are kayaks, you're never going to have a dry kayak, whether it's a hatch, seal. I've not seen them. Maybe they're out there, but
yeah, well, I've only ever had one. So.
Yeah. So like they did some changes with the floor, got rid of the double hatches, made one single hatch. You got a sturdy, but place the step because when I'm fishing the Tactical Pro, I actually walk up on those 2 hatches and stand up there to sight cast.
They're not made for that. You're just doing.
Yeah,
that,
no, they're made for that. They actually have the ones that even with the model we still have, they have step pads on them just so you can step up there, do your sight cast, and that was the whole point in making that like catamaran style hole, so that your bow mount drops in front, and when it's kicking on and moving around, you don't get that twist that you do in a V hole. It's between the catamaran and the little scoops in the front, it just digs in. Like I can run around with the spot lock and not have any worries about tipping over this way or tipping over that way, or when the anchor's on and it try to kick back in.
Yeah, you don't get spot rocked.
Yeah,
I've seen my buddies that happen to every once in a while.
So like I said, people were complaining at some issues they didn't like, so they made the changes and hopefully everybody happy.
Yeah, I mean, no one's ever going to be happy. So
sure.
The answer to that is no, but more people a little more happy. All right, that's awesome. Anything new coming down the Wildy Systems pipeline that you'd probably be able to share, or probably not? Oh, I have to ask.
I mean, we're working on a lot of new products for accessories and things like that. Working on getting some of the older models back together. We're working on changing out our seats to the Millennium seats, which you saw at ICAST. We put the Millennium seat in the Recon and the Tactical Pro. And some of the older models that we have, they're trying to retrofit and see if they can get to work with that to bring those guys back too.
Yeah. Are they going to be swivel seats?
Yep, swivel seats.
All Millennium seats, swivel seats? I'm not sure if
I'm not sure.
Non-swivel.
I think most of them are. Most of the ones that I've seen have been.
Yeah. Yeah. And when I was up in Canada doing the Pike trip, which dropping all the photos this week. But man, we had Millennium seats on those Lunds as well. And so wildly comfortable, and we were slamming through the waves. And so they actually had like little springs for shock on the front. Shocks. Yeah. And so I was like, oh, that's interesting. I've heard a lot of guys like them, talk about them. I'd never seen them until I saw them on our kayaks at ICAST, but I hear a lot of guys like the seats, and they're pretty much a standard in the industry. So yeah. I got some comments over here. Let's go over here and check these out. No, New Canoe Flint does not have a swivel. So thank you so much, Dan, for letting us know that. I have never been into Flint before. I'm actually going to go pick up a U10 next week from Raccoon Creek Outfitters. Look forward to take that out in the river right afterwards. And Yakin Life said, really wanted a Tactical Pro, but can't seem to part with my Recon. What is a kayak that Wilderness System has that everyone's like, hey, why did you get rid of this? Why'd you stop making it? Please bring it back.
A lot of the feedback I've been getting is that the radars and the attacks, especially with the river guys. The river guys like the attack, 120, 140. Same with the radars. They're more narrower. The attack's kind of big to paddle. We can still paddle, but like the radar is real good for paddling. So I don't fish much rivers, but I can imagine you got a lot of stumps and low water you got to walk across. So you want something light you can carry and drag across those spots, I'm sure.
Yeah. Oh, half the time the hardest part is getting to the river and then pulling it out of the river. So
yeah, finding the spots and dragging them down.
Reduction. Yep, 100%. So you've been in the business for a while. Wyatt as well. Let's get into it. The theme of the show, and this is, it's just opinion, right? I'm really curious. Have fishing kayaks, have we gone too far? Rob, what do you think? Because you've been doing
I don't think so, because I love messing with stuff, see what I can do with it, what I can add on to it, doing wiring, rigging, things like that.
Yeah.
Like the Tactical Pro when it came out, I was like, what am I going to do with this thing? And I got in it, I'm like, this is what I needed this whole time. Because we're at, especially doing like flounder fishing and things like that, my area, most of the launches or boat ramps and things like that, you're going about 2-3 miles before you even get to the spot you want to start fishing at.
Okay.
So you're pedaling 2 miles just to start, which is an extra half hour, 40 minutes added into your trip both ways. And wind, you go out there, it's beautiful out, and it turns into 20 miles an hour. So you're trying to pedal against the tide into the wind for another hour back to the spot you launched at. So like the bigger kayaks for me, that had the great purpose of covering ground, trying to find new spots that you wouldn't normally go to. It's like, oh, should I waste my time doing this or doing that? And being able to spot lock, just going up to a spot and hitting boop, fish there for 10, 15 minutes, move to the next spot.
Yeah. You know what? I've never had spot lock before. I think I'm close, and I know it's going to be awesome whenever I get it, but I've never had it before. So.
It's absolutely amazing, especially like if I'm flounder fishing or just to be able to control where you're going, the speed, the current's going too fast. You just hit a couple times, and of course, I got a rod in one hand, I got the remote in the other hand going do, making little adjustments. But if you don't have that, you're just getting pushed wherever the wind's going to push you or the tide's going to push you. No, and the spot lock, and it's just be able to go to a spot and just stop and stay on that spot, drop bait, anything.
Yeah, I'm wildly jealous of when I fish with people who have it. Trust me. And I was supposed to get a Tarova that just kind of fell through it, and I was never able to get that. Well, I lied. I do have spot lock sitting upstairs. I haven't installed it yet. I got the Garmin Force Current. So, and now they, everyone was like, when it first came out, like, oh, I'm not quite sure about spot lock from the stern, but they just came out with an update where they have bow lock. So they basically rain manned it, and so you can actually bow lock that from the stern. So I look forward to testing that out. So that'll be the first. I look forward to.
Yeah, I did see that too. I was interested to see how that works out.
Yeah, how that actually holds up, or it seems like a lot of correction, but technology these days are kind of insane, especially Garmin. If anybody can figure it out, Garmin's going to figure it out. So got some comments over here. Dan Hale Fishing getting ready to mention would love to see the attack back for moving water or something with a little more rocker. Want to say anything about that, Rob?
Like I said, they've been retrofitting and working on that. One of our guys, JC, was out testing one of our attacks in a tournament, and they put the seat in, and he said it worked great. So hopefully they progress with that and get those back. I know guys are looking for those attacks and radars again for the river guys especially.
Yeah. And I paddled an attack 140 for a year and a half, and if somebody hadn't rear-ended me and cracked it in half, I'd probably still have that thing.
Yeah. They're a great big sturdy boat. Plenty of room.
Wyatt, what about you?
Have they gone too far?
Has it gotten a little out of control? No, I love it. I'm the same way.
Like you look at it like anything else. Like I'm not gonna watch somebody drive by in like a Raptor and be like, oh, that's terrible. That's too much truck. I'm like, no, I want that.
It is wild to me as a content creator. Rob, you might see this as well. Wyatt, I know that you post some stuff from time to time, but just people's wild comments, like wild takes, like, oh, if you got to put it on the trailer, it's not a kayak anymore. It's like, interesting. It's a wild take. If you're not paddling, it's not a kayak anymore. It's cool story, bro. There's so many people who look at it from the outside looking in. If you're in it like we are, I'm with you, Rob. I love to tinker, right? I did a lot of DIY videos that kind of got the channel up off the ground when I was 5 years ago, and I still love to tinker with all that stuff. And so it's like, how can I make this little slice of heaven that I float in even better? Yep. Right. And so, that's going to mean motors. Yeah, I'm going to upgrade my 9-inch graph to a 16-inch graph because I want to, and it's going to be freaking awesome. Yeah. You know what? I might need a vision because I won't want to play the game while I'm playing, while I'm fishing today. Exactly. Why not? I mean, over the years, you start building. I might want a swivel pod seat. That looks kind of neat. I might go try this out. All these things are wildly expensive, but when you're on the water, 100, 125, 150 days a year, outside looking in, people are like, oh, it's a waste of money, more money than brains, which, by the way, I'll take any day.
Oh, yeah.
Brains. Yeah. Sign me up. Where's that crowd at?
It's the whole like walking to work would suck, but riding a bike would be better.
Yeah.
Driving would be even nicer, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna have to spend more money to do it, but it makes that experience a lot better.
No, I hear you. Go buy
you can buy a bunch of. You can buy. I mean, if you want to do it, anybody can get into this with minimal money. You can buy marketplace, get a couple $100, get a kayak, start doing it. But when you're doing it all the time and you're trying to get the most out of each trip, that's when you start getting shit like we do. Like it's just, it's just, you want to make that time more efficient. Get to those spots, be able to fish those spots. Count on your gear. Everything's going to work. You can fish with $60 rod combos.
Yep.
Mine are more expensive, but I use them more than your average person does and beat the hell out of them in the saltwater.
No,
I
100%.
always tell everybody, like, I'm working 5 days a week. I only get 2 days off to go fish, and whenever I use those 2 days, I want to enjoy the experience. I want to be able to go out there in my kayak. I want my kayak to work exactly the way I'm supposed to. I want my rods and reels to work the exact way that I need to do. I need everything to work because that time is all I get.
Yep.
No, I hear you. And sometimes I love going out in my tricked out kayak. Tomorrow morning, I'm waking up at 4 a.m., taking Sun Dolphin Aruba 10, and I'm dragging it through the woods.
Yep.
Because that, on the flip side, that thing was, I think it was free. I think if you buy one right now, it's like $250. You can go to Walmart and get one for get off the bank for $165, and it comes with a paddle. Come on, guys. There's really not a lot of like excuse out there for people like, oh, I can't afford it. Can't afford $165, and you really don't want to do it that bad because it might take you a few months to get that. But, and I get it, people have hard times, and I'm trying to be sensitive to that. But man, I love gonna go out there and just drag it through the woods. I'm gonna have the time of my freaking life. And
people up here, they're always doing offshore charters. They're spending $2,000 to go out offshore for 8 hours to hopefully catch a tuna, or hopefully catch mahi or something nice. And maybe you will, maybe you won't. You're still spending that money.
Yeah. When you guide, do you guide anymore?
I haven't since the last 2 years.
Yeah. Did you enjoy it, or it's just like, hey?
I still like bringing people out. The most anxiety of it was it's just weather dependent, and said we're fishing for when people go out with me, they want to catch sheepshead.
Yeah,
and it's work. It's current. You got to worry about when the tires are coming in. What the moon is.
You got a lot of safety to worry about when you're responsible for another person in a place they're not used to fishing around.
Exactly.
Not used to fishing by, and so I can imagine that's probably wildly stressful for you.
Yeah, and if where we're at, you fall in the kayak, it's not like you just get back in the kayak. You're drifting anywhere from a mile to 2 miles an hour in the current.
Yeah,
either out into the ocean or back into the bay, or into the bridges or into whatever stuff. So that can get a little nerve-wracking.
Bridges are not soft.
No,
they're not soft.
And get stuck in them, get stuck in all the pieces that are broken underneath of it and things like that. But for me, like kayak fishing, it's relaxing, and that chaos is even more relaxing to me for some reason. I used to race dirt bikes, snowboard, all that stuff. When people ask me, this is a good one. I have not broken my skull, my neck, my back, or my femurs.
Okay.
Everything else has been broken.
Oh, good night, bro.
Both legs, hands, feet, toes, pelvis, collarbone, ribs, fingers, elbows.
You got an adrenaline junkie over here. I didn't realize it.
Just a mess. So kayak fishing, like, I'm not gonna fall over and die.
Today. Yeah, when the bar is that low, I'm not going to break a bone today. Yeah, I can see how that can be.
We used to, like in the wintertime when we were younger, we go race dirt bikes and then go surf afterwards. Hurricane season comes, we're out surfing, and hurricanes in November, October, water's cold. I don't know how many times you're probably going to die, but it's like, it's just water. You're just going to hit the water.
Yeah.
It's not like you're jumping 30 feet in the air, landing on the dirt, or another bike landing on top of your back.
Sounds like that's happened a few times to you.
Oh, yeah.
So, swerving back to kayak fishing and fishing kayaks, what's a modern feature that you really feel that's genuinely made kayak fishing better? Like, what's one that pops in mind? Or maybe it's just personal to you, Wyatt. This could be you. If you guys are listening in, I also want to hear from you if you're listening in right now. Do you feel like kayaks have gone too far, or are you like us? You just love to tinker, and hey, it's as personal as you want them to be. Let us know in the comments. But what's a feature you're like, oh yeah, when that came out, I use that like every day.
For me, it was a spot lock. Just having the ability to have spot lock, and then getting like all my yak power lights on. So I can go at nighttime, hit spot lock, turn those green lights on, and it's just all the back bay, all the bait shows up, start hanging out. Yeah. Then the bigger fish come in, start catching the bluefish, stripers, things like that start coming around. That was one of the biggest things that I enjoyed the most once I had that set up.
How long does that take to set up? By the time you get there, you spot lock, you turn the green light on. How long does it take until the bigs start rolling in and start chasing that bait?
Bait's in there within minutes.
Oh, really? Minutes? Okay.
Yeah.
How long does it take for the predator fish to kind of?
You'll start seeing them come in if they're around within like 20 minutes. They'll start popping up. You hear them splashing around and see them. Every now and then you see a bluefish cut by through the green light, chasing the bait.
Yeah.
You got little crabs coming in, blue claw crabs coming in. You got shrimp coming in. You got killies, minnows. It just lights the whole bay up. It's crazy.
Yeah. Are those lights? Do you have those lights like underwater, or are you just shining them down?
Just on the side. They're just on the side of the hull. They're above the water line, but the green lights are so damn bright.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I've never tried that before. I only go night fishing like 3 or 4 times a year. I'm usually on the move. I don't like spot lock or anchor down and throw green lights down, but I could see how that would work. But that's a quick setup within minutes.
Yeah.
You have a smorgasbord.
That, and so when I have the lights on, fishing the bridges, kick the lights on, you can see where your line's cast in, because especially under the bridge is completely dark besides the shadow lines for the lights. So you can see where you're hitting stuff at. That makes things a little easier instead of just guessing how close you are to the side of the bridge where you get caught up in the pilings. For us, a lot of the fishing's nighttime. Fishing for stripers, under light structure. Okay. Flounder's okay, but it gets boring just looking around for flounder to me. Yeah. I like to be casting, like constantly moving around, constantly doing something.
I don't like trolling. I don't like doing any stuff. Have to be some type of active skill involved.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm not a big fan. Wyatt, how about you? What's
gotta bring you down here and have you troll for kings.
I do that in Lake Michigan, not in a kayak. Definitely could. But
you hear a splash, you turn around, there's a kingfish like 5 feet in the air with the bait in its mouth.
It'd be fun. It's just, my goodness, I don't know. I could do it once, but it's not something I want to do like all the time. Wyatt, what about you? What's that one? I mean,
it's kind of a holistic thing of like kayak companies starting to design kayaks more for people to build off of. Because I mean, you look at kayaks of 10 years ago, and you got a hull, and maybe there was a track mount on there. Everything that you had, everything you had to put on there was manufactured yourself. Like the track system that, I don't know who designed the track system, but that track system that you see on all over the place that just allows for the interchange of parts it's changed the world. Once you have that on there, you start getting kayak companies that are listening to the people that are fishing out of them, and they just make kayaks where you can just kind of do whatever you want. Allow you to tinker a lot easier than having to drill holes and things like that in your kayak like you used to have to do.
Yeah. I think something I use and I love, I mean, it's the evolution of the angler, right? So when you're a paddle kayaker, you're like, oh yeah, I love paddling, it's fun. And then you get a pedal kayaker, like, holy crap, I don't ever want to paddle again. And then you get a motor, you're like, what the frick? I don't want to see another pedal kayak in my entire life. Then you get foot controlled steering, you're like, what the frick is going on? This is amazing. You can just basically drive with your feet for the next 2 hours and not have to take your hand off your rod. It's just the evolution of it, and comfort and graphs and forward-facing sonar, and just kind of all that interplays together, and it's just fun. You
know what I say? You just made me think of this too, like, especially with the Tactical Pro and things like that. Like, it's becoming more like as a drum set, so you can put all your stuff wherever you need it.
Yeah.
And be comfortable in it, and you don't think about it. You just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
And your body just fits in there naturally, and you get your foot steering, so you can steer with your foot. You're just focused on fishing, not worried about all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean, do you think, and this is interesting because you got companies like New Canoe, and that's kind of their DNA, right? We're going to create the blank canvas, give you the most track any other kayak company out there is going to give you, and let you build on it. Now, that's one strategy. It's a more expensive strategy because they basically give you the blank canvas. Then you got other strategies where, like, I just got a Camino Journey Outpost, which the review's landing this Thursday on that. But it's defined. Like, there's not a place on that kayak that isn't utilized or thought through for somebody's type of fishing. However, there's some track, right? You can fit some stuff on it. However, it's pretty it's pretty already set, right? You're buying a premium priced kayak for a specific way of fishing. Do you think companies are going to start leaning more toward the open deck layout and allow people to have? Is that what people want, or do you think people want specified kayaks and they're just going to happen to pick the one that best fits them and the waters they fish? Because that's two different strategies coming from companies.
Say time and place for both. Like, I mean, if you're fishing every single day, then you want to change stuff. If you go out there once a month and having something that's preset is, that way you don't have to think about it. So if you don't think about your kayak for a month, or you just want something where you can just take it and throw it in the water, that's the way to go. If you're out there every single day, like, I want my net in this spot, I'm going to put a track or put something that I can have the net there. I want my board right here. I want my phone in this position so it's ready to go. Like, I like being able to change everything. But I mean, if you like simple, if you don't want to have to think about it too much, then might be the way to go.
Yeah. Rob, how about you?
That's why I have multiple kayaks. Like, to me, it's like a golf clubs.
100%.
There's certain things you want to do. If I'm fishing the back bays, I want this certain setup. If I want to fish over here, this certain setup. So, like, a kayak, if I'm going to fish for perch, is completely different than going out stripper fishing or going out doing this. I want to have certain things where I can put them for that type of fishing I'm going to do, not be stuck with one. I mean, some people, all they do is fish lakes. So you have certain amount of fish, like I said, bass or catfish.
Yep.
Your local, so you're set up just for that all the time. So that's easier to have that one set up, and there you go.
Yep.
Or if you're doing multiple things, current, rocks, jetties, back bays, there's certain things that fit in those things that make things easier to fish those. For me, at least.
It's wild to me. Like, they are like golf clubs, just really, really, really expensive golf clubs. And people are like, I get this everyone like, why do you own 8 kayaks? It's like, because I don't have room for 9. It's really simple. It's the same. Like, why do you carry 8 rods and reels? Because I don't have another tether tube back there. There's only one reason. I just love the gear. I also love simplicity. I'm only taking like 2 rods with me tomorrow. Sometimes it just depends on what you're fishing,
what you're doing,
fishing, what you're doing. Sometimes I might have 8 rods, but 3 of them are 3 different types of chatterbaits. And if one of my systems go down, I don't want to have to sit there for 15 minutes and dig out the rat nest or whatever it is. All right.
Same with me. Yeah. Sometimes guys go, you have enough rods on there? I'm like,
no.
I mean, I got more I can put on there if I want to, but these 8 are good for right now.
Yeah. Like, you kayak guy, the guy come up to me, you kayak guys, why do you have so many on? And that's always my response. And they always kind of walk away a little grumbly. I'm going to flip the switch here. I got a different question for you. What's a feature or trend do you think maybe companies or that you've seen that you're like, we really don't need this? No one asked for this. Why did you create this? You don't have to name the company. It's kind of name.
I'm trying to think of anything I've seen that's like
the hill I'll die on is rod holders.
They're everywhere.
I hate putting my rods in a rod tube and it's full of water. To just sit there and soak the cork in for 8 hours. Like, I don't. Yeah. I'll put a tube on there or something. Right. I don't need rod holders on a kayak. It takes up track space. It takes up space. You've got to have a flat spot on the boat that big in order to put a rod holder on there, and that could be used for so much other stuff.
Something else.
Yeah, and a lot of time, that's where, if you wonder why you got water inside your kayak, a lot of times that is the culprit.
Yes.
Right? It's the rod holder. You're looking around for this crack in your kayak, and what you don't realize that it's just leaking in from your rod holder, and there's a crack in there, or it's not sealed correctly, and that's your culprit. So if you got a little bit of water, I'd check that first. Because some of these things, my goodness, on the Camino Journey Outpost, there was four rod holders out the back, and they were angled. I was on my Old Town PDL Sportsman Pro today. It had 2. Would you like them, Wyatt, if they somehow drained out the side? Because I could see molding those. No, he's like, no, I don't want them at all.
Yeah, you probably do that.
You could.
I've got the Attack rod holders on there.
Once you got a tether tube, you're like, okay, it usually just fits the bill if you're going to be carrying a lot of them. Yeah. All right.
That's one of the first things, like with our with the recons that we have. That's one of the first things I do when I get them. Drill a hole in the back and put in flush mount rod tubes that we sell from Pelican to put in the back. And the only reason they're back there is that's where I put my net at.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Anything else or feature or trend, Rob? I don't think you've answered this yet.
Yeah, I can't. There's nothing that I saw that just didn't seem like that's stood out to me being as something that's like, what the hell is that for? Because pretty much most stuff's coming out is for some kind of purpose. It's just whether or not it actually ends up lasting or holding, especially with me with saltwater. Saltwater will test any equipment out there as saltwater.
Yeah.
Destroys everything.
No, I hear you. I mean, I literally doing the reviews on the PDL and the EPDL. This was rated for saltwater, but I've never actually had it in it. People are like, "Are you gonna take that in salt?" It's like, I live in Ohio, folks. I live in Ohio, and this is what I'm finding with a lot of these kayaks. Like,
yes.
What happens is that companies send them to me, and I promise them a review and return. It's a trade, right? I tell them I'm not promising you a favorable review. In fact, watch the one that's going to drop this Thursday. It's not wildly favorable. It's just truthful. And I've had companies kind of get a little frustrated and upset with me. I have companies that won't work with me anymore. And I have some who are like, hey, you're just going to get a room for improvement section anytime I do a review. You don't make the perfect kayak. And a lot of times it's like, it doesn't even look like you even talked to any anglers. It sounds like you made a lot of decisions in a boardroom somewhere and thought this was good, or talked to dealers. You never actually talked to fishermen. And it's very clear to me that you didn't. But what I'm finding is that companies are sending me more kayaks on the regular, and it's broadening my, like, a lot of these kayaks are small use cases. Like, holy cow, like you created a very expensive kayak and technology for a very small use case, like a niche within a niche within a niche. And I was like, how in the world are these companies making money?
That's the hard part right there.
Yeah, on these micro use case kayak setups that I know that they have millions of R&D into. There's not enough of us out there, like for a business model around this. So I don't know if you guys, Rob, if you noticed this, Wyatt, if you've thought about this at all, or looked at some of these kayaks coming out, because man, it doesn't seem like there's a huge market for some of these things.
Yeah, I agree. There's a couple of things coming that I've seen come out that they're good intentions, but they still need a lot of work on as far as what they're going to do, how they're going to do it. And then the thing is, like, have you, your new company, but have you had guys on a team or bring guys on from a team to actually use these, how they're going to be used on a daily basis and how they're going to hold up?
Yeah.
So if it's like, it's just, you need actual on the water from experienced people to understand, well, that's not going to fit here, or that rod holder in the back, that's not accessible. It's hard to get to. Like, that track here is not going to be good enough for this, or like, or sturdy enough. If I'm trolling, is this going to hold up if a big fish pulls on it? Like, computer models and AI can do a lot for you, but you can't get that actual on the water experience of how it's going to hold up, dragging across the road, dragging it off the truck, taking it to launches, down the ramps.
Yeah.
Smashing it into rocks and bridges and pilings.
No, I hear you. I mean, Wyatt, I love Old Town. I had the EPDL retrofit out today, and I was like, there are 4 things that I'm like, what? It took me about 30 seconds to see them through starting that thing up.
Yeah.
Like, where's that feedback? Like, my goodness, where's the feedback cycle? Because as an angler, I was like, these are things I need, but I don't see them. Why aren't they? Why are they coded the way that they're coded? Anyways, we'll get into that some other day. Here's we're already an hour 10 minutes. See, Rob, I was telling you, sometimes you get to an hour and 10. I was like, how do we even get here? So if you got a question for Rob or Wyatt, go ahead and throw that in the comment section. We'll be answering some of those toward the end of the show. Here's a question for you, right? Obviously, Bonafide came out with the Bonafide XTR 140P. It's essentially a motorized kayak with almost like a backup pedal drive in case you get stuck. So it's a really expensive backup redundancy there, but the thing was sweet. Essentially, they took an XTR and it seemed like they stretched it out a bit. I'm not gonna lie, I'd get into it. Just more room. It's like the XTR that I have. But like we're getting to the point where the molds on these kayaks, like I know the ovens out there that cook these things. I've been at big adventures. You're not gonna get many more inches that's going to fit in that oven.
Legally, you can't get much. You can't get it much. I mean, once you hit over 14 foot, you turn into a whole different classification.
You do. So you got that, and you have just simply the ability of the ovens that are available out there to cook larger boats too. So the question is, do you think that industry eventually swings back to lighter, more simpler boats, or do you think it just continues to get built out? Right, we got Camino Journey coming online. You have the Masa 128 and 97 coming online from Voya X, and that's getting some initial positive feedback. There's another company called Wild Nova that's kind of keeping their cards close to their chest that are coming out with something. You can go to wildnova.com. No clue what that is. I was actually supposed to review it when I was down at ICAST, and they pulled the plug on that because they weren't ready. But I had to sign things like you can't take photos, can't take videos. We just want feedback. It's like, okay, I appreciate what you're doing as a company. Just let me know when you're ready to move on that. And so you got new kayaks coming into the space. It's a log jam, right? And there's not a lot of openings. Maybe on the entry level, some companies could make some more entry level fishing kayaks, but that mid tier 700 to 1500 to 3000, it's a freaking log jam. There's so much competition there. It's insane. So what do you think, Rob? You're in this business. You run a pro staff. You have conversations about this all the time. What does the future look like for these companies, for the consumer, for the industry?
I'm not sure. It seems like the last 2 years there's so many more kayak companies coming out, and it's the kayak companies that are already established are doing their thing, and to try to come in and take away from that or hit that market where you're new, you don't have that brand knowledge, trust type of thing. It's got to be hard for them to get it out. And I said, if they're specified, most guys aren't buying a $4,000 kayak for the first kayak that just wants to go, oh, I'm going to go try this today. It's more of, he left. He's like, nope, you're wrong.
Yeah. He's like, I'm going to go get my $4,000 kayak. Welcome back.
I heard some weird button on the side of my mouse, and it's like what you did, Wyatt, all the time. I accidentally bumped it. All right, sorry, Rob, keep going.
But I'm amazed to see the amount of companies coming out with new product to try. It feels good to me that there's that much of a market for what we're doing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, how as a new company are you going to break into that market? Because there's only a couple that are actually doing something completely innovative compared to the regular just changing what's already out there.
Yeah. And it's interesting. You got FluxJet. They had something a little interesting and new, but a little hard getting out of the gate. Let's call it what it is, right? People ordered kayaks a long time ago, still haven't received them. Some are going out the door. Then you got the Voya X or some of those getting out into the wild. I don't know when they're actually going to be available. Wild Nova. You got Camino Journey coming in with inflatables and hard shell kayaks. I would hate to be a company coming online with a new kayak. I couldn't imagine all the hassle it comes to making one, two, shipping, warranty, hauls, cracks, dealers, and dealers are dying. It seems like by the day, and so it just seems like a terrible business.
Yeah, that's the hard thing too, because especially these new companies, most of them you're buying them online, and I know from personal experiences that all the shipping companies out there, they do not care. They
don't care.
They go from the truck from the factory, they go to the distribution center, the distribution center. It's dragging them across the ground, throw them in the back of the trucks. I've had kayaks come strapped to the side of the trucks up on top of pallets.
I've actually
I had my demo. No, after my demo, I had my production come in for the tactical, and the side rail was pushed in about 5 inches, where it
Oh,
was hit by a pallet or something. So like these new companies, like, is that even a thought in their head? Like, how are we going to get these to people?
no, and it's a lot of times where it all falls apart. You could do everything right as a company, and then the shipping, just
Yeah.
completely botches the delivery, and then of course the consumer's angry at the
Yep.
company. I actually had a good experience about one through. I had one come in through Camino Journey. Sorry, I had to come to Eco Fishing. It was my outpost. It actually came like white glove delivery service. Thing was like wrapped in like a piece of carpet. It looked like it's like holy cow.
Nice.
So that was nice. Old Town delivered one. You can actually buy Old Town like on Amazon right now and have that shipped to your door.
Yeah.
That one came in perfect condition. I've never had an issue of getting one shipped to my house before, but obviously I know people have, and it's really all depends on who it is throwing it around that day, or how good is that forklift driver really?
Yeah.
Is there going to be a hole in your kayak, or is you got to nail that one?
You're never going to know.
You never want to know. All right, I got some questions over here. Yak and Life said the best thing I've ever done with my recon is get a trailer. There you go. He says I need a lighter kayak. I can just drive around and toss around. I tell you what, it's a lot of fun. I'm actually just looking forward to tomorrow pulling up my truck, dragging and throwing my Sun Dolphin Aruba 10 out, throwing a rod in and going, and not having to be at the ramp for 10 minutes, like rigging it up and ringing up my cameras and doing this and doing that. So looking forward to that. All right, last question for you guys. It's our 115 here. We got 50 live. If you haven't not yet done so, please hit the like button. I don't ask people to do this very often, but if you haven't rated the show, if you're listening on Spotify, head over there, give it a rating. Hopefully 5-star rating. You're getting some value out of this. I'm assuming that if you're at 1 hour and 15 minutes, you actually got some value. So help me out there. Last question. If you could design your perfect fishing kayak tomorrow with no manufacturer telling you what it needed to have, visualize for the listener, what would that look like? Or maybe it's a kayak that you're like, okay, I like this kayak. However, I would change these 3 things. And it would be perfect.
All right. I've thought about this and I've tried figuring it out a little bit and gave up. With my Tactical Pro,
Yeah.
I think if I had the right time and experience, I could get a jet ski motor in the back of that thing.
Oh, okay.
That's what I would want. A little Sea-Doo motor in the back of that thing, so I can run offshore.
Not like a flux jet motor. You're talking about like a straight.
No, like a Sea-Doo, a little Sea-Doo, like one of the little Sea-Doo Scout motors or something.
I'm sure you've seen the Kalik Brazil ones where they put gas motors on them.
Yeah,
something like that. But you're saying
little inboard jet ski motor right in the back of that hole.
Okay, I like
it. Holds 800 pounds. So if you just
is it 800
the gas tank up front? Yeah, I think the Tactical Pro is like 700.
Okay. Yeah.
So you put the motor in the back, little gas tank in the front, run out 5-6 miles in 20 minutes. I'll be happy.
That sounds actually amazing. I'd love to get one of those kayaks have motors on them and just cruise. No, granted, I could put a motor on my XTR or I had the Olympic Max and probably go 15 miles an hour, but I like it. All right. Wyatt, how about you, brother?
Oh, it would be similar to the 136 I've got now. I'd like to see. I don't know if it could be done, but a tunnel hole system or similar to the TAC Pro system with the pod mounted motor in the middle of it. Something like put an 80 on there. Yeah, just kind of like that twin pontoon style with the tunnel hole, 80 pound thrust in the middle. I'd like some big flat spots next to me to have gear tracks and things. Gear tracks are just storage. Don't need a huge back. Probably
and rod holders.
With the what?
Extra rod holders.
I only bring 4. I only bring 4 rods any time anyway. I don't need a bunch.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't need a ton in the back. I mean, Doesn't have to be super long. I think 13 foot's about perfect. I need it short enough where I can use the rod and run across the front. If it gets if I can't run a fish around the front of the boat, if I have to stand up and do anything that's too long. But
and fit in the back of a truck.
Yeah.
There you go. You trailered all, Rob?
I trailer the Tactical Pro because it's the way the hull's set up. It doesn't just sit flat, so it's easier. I mean, also when I'm running it, I pretty much drive it loaded up. So I got the bow mount in the front, I got the torpedo in the back of the truck, but everything else is ready to go. So I just back up, put on the torpedo, and slide it in.
Yeah, I like it.
So it's a lot easier. And in the wintertime, when I'm fishing that, and you're standing in that 32-degree water, it's easier to back the trailer up and just run up onto the trailer with it.
Yep.
Because even that,
you're there.
All that gear, as soon as you get your feet in the water, they just go.
So why just go talk to Old Town? Be like, hey guys, this is what I want. What do they say when you tell them? They just laugh at you. Yeah.
They say, okay, we're talking with the engineers. there's a balance between the engineers and what they can do and what I want.
I was talking about, it was funny, is how could you get like 2 Newports 300s rigged up to run like dual outboards?
Didn't they have some at ICAST like that? They had dual motors.
Did they?
Yeah, they had like a dual motor thing. I didn't get that chance to actually look at it, but I saw it from a distance.
You can set up like the center console boats, but 2 twin outboards on the back of that thing.
Yeah, freaking just run a cigarette
kayak. 5 horsepower on the back was the TAC 141. Yeah. I was like,
what was it?
I saw a guy with a 5 horsepower mount on the back of the TAC 140 one time, and I was like,
Jesus.
Send it, freaking send it. I love it. Well, Rob, last question here. What do you got going on? What do we look forward to? I know where are you most active on when it comes to socials?
Most active, it's just Instagram, Facebook, both of those. For our stuff coming up, it's just getting this room cleaned, finished up. I'm actually working with a couple companies trying to get them to do some their slat wall, because the stuff I made back here, all the dark wood, looks great, but it's a lot of work. Okay. Cutting down 4x8 sheets of plywood, cut those into 4-inch strips, cutting those into 2-inch strips on a 45-degree angle, sanding them all down.
Oh, you like DIY'd your slats?
Crazy. Yeah, all the dark wood in the back, that's all 4x8 sanded plywood. So I cut it down the strips, 45-degree angle, so all your little shelves complete, and just you can move them all over the place wherever you want them.
You're an animal.
I thought it'd be a fun project, and I started. I'm like, shit, now I got to finish this.
Yeah, that's no longer a fun project.
Yeah.
Wyatt, how about you? What do you got? What do we got looking forward to? Those following you, where do they find you?
Wham Fishing, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Yeah. Wham Fishing.
When's the last time you kicked out a YouTube video?
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
It's been since the spring, because I can't actually run a GoPro and it was 117 the other day whenever I was out. So
yeah,
GoPro's gonna fry at like 85.
That's because GoPros suck. That's why they fried 85.
Only if you don't use them right. You gotta set them up right.
They're terrible. DJI all the way. We can have this conversation later. I just think they're terrible. I've tried setting them up left, right, up, and down. At least you get to 100.
I don't run mine with DJI. My GoPro, I don't run them with batteries in them, so it takes all the heat out of it.
Yeah,
open them up on the side, and they always just turn off for no reason. Then they repair files for the next 30 minutes. It's so freaking irritating. Repairing file, repairing. All right, I'm off track here. I actually had someone earlier in the show like, "Hey, Daren, I can fix that glitch of your camera that's been probably driving people nuts all tonight. If you are still listening, please reach out to me, because I have tried troubleshooting this. I've reached out to StreamYard ever since I got this new Apple iMac Mini. And when I plugged it in, it started glitching. And it doesn't just do it on StreamYard. It does it on everything else. Do you know what it is, Wyatt?
No.
Who is it? There it is. Water cooled is best.
There's a reason I had 5 and now I have 2.
Yeah, I have a couple at the bottom of the lake. I know exactly where they are too. They are gone. They've been there a couple of years now. All right, folks. Well, Rob, appreciate you. Really do.
Nice.
Thank you for coming on the show, sharing a little bit. Had a lot of fun tonight. Wyatt, appreciate you as well. And I don't have a guest next week, but we're going to have a show. I'll find a guest for us. So if you have an idea or someone you're like, hey, Wendell, go ask this person. I'd love to hear what they have to say. I've had some really great guests on the show because of that. So reach out to me. You can just DM me or go find my email on the YouTubes. But you guys have a fantastic week. Hopefully slay some big ones. And we'll see you next Tuesday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern on the Kayak Fishing Obsessed podcast. You guys have a good one.